marijuana in Missouri. Our Lindsay Day found people for and against the idea.
That's right, David. The Secretary of State has approved petitions from the group Show Me Cannabis. That group must now gather signatures to allow voters to decide on the issue. The Secretary of State's office recently approved 13 petitions to legalize marijuana in the state of Missouri.
The main difference among the different versions is the number of plants that a person would be able to cultivate for his or her own personal use.
The versions also vary in how to deal with people currently facing marijuana convictions. There are three main issues: health, crime, and money.
The taxes that are generated primarily are going to fund other very worthy public needs, and a lot of the money that would be generated in taxes would go to education.
People that are on subsidized programs, such as getting their health care through the state and utilizing marijuana, and then who's left to pay that bill is the taxpayer.
Attorney Stephen Gross has been practicing law in Springfield for 29 years.
I have seen the problems that prohibition has caused for individuals who end up being prosecuted for, we're going to limit this for the sake of this conversation, to drug violations, specifically cannabis violations.
Opponents are concerned with an increase in violence.
And what's happening in California with some of my law enforcement colleagues there is that they are actually having gangs and organized groups now go raid these medical marijuana clinics.
Supporters look back in history and compare this effort to the prohibition and subsequent legalization of alcohol.
It was the prohibition of alcohol that created the criminal enterprise then. It created the Al Capones, and it did not stop the consumption of alcohol.
Missouri Marijuana Law and Reform is a community forum Facebook page. The total number of likes has more than quadrupled in the past year. Attorney Stephen Gross says this demonstrates the community's interest for the law to change. Sheriff Arnott is concerned with the health effects of marijuana.
You know, marijuana is basically a depressant, and it is very difficult now to deal with depressed people.
CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta recently did a study on the health effects of marijuana.
And he now believes that there are many medical benefits to the use of cannabis.
Show Me Cannabis is currently conducting a poll to see if there's enough support. If so, it must gather more than 157,000 signatures by May 4th for this one to be on the November ballot. If you want to read the petitions, go to our website, ozarksfirst.com.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Opponents about to keep fighting despite a judge's order